Television. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. We go live on Thursday nights to do EFT tapping to feel our best and achieve our goals. Today, we're doing an EFT tapping to specifically address the discomforts with exiting your comfort zone. Have you ever been in the middle of learning a bunch of new stuff or meeting a bunch of new people, like maybe when you start a new job? And by the end of the day, you just get that feeling like you just want to go home and retreat into every single comforting thing that you've ever known and loved. So for me, the more new stuff I learn and the more ways that I grow and the closer I get to achieving my goals and doing things that are good for me, at the same excuse me, at the same time as I'm growing and learning and expanding, I'm almost met with the exact amount of opposite resistance into wanting to stay the same and be in my comfort zone and have my same exact life. I have all these goals and I have all these things that I want to achieve, and I work so hard every day to achieve them. And there's always like this resistance fighting me back into my old ways because that's where I know is safe and that's where I know is comfortable. And so right now is actually marking the 1 year mark after the break of my engagement with my horrible, toxic partner. And it's crazy to think that it was a year ago. I can't really believe that. My kids go with their dad every summer, and we broke up when that happened last summer. So it's been a full year. And I'm really reflecting on all the ways that I've grown and changed and all the things that I've learned and done in the past year. And so I feel like the urge to get so much stuff done because I never have any time without the kids. So I have like all this time that I could be productive. But at the same time, I really need to rest because I take care of the kids all year round all by myself and I'm exhausted and I just want a couple of weeks to take a break. But the entire time I'm sitting here and like really forcing myself to try to make some productive use of the time other than just sitting around watching TV, eating garbage food, and scrolling on the internet. So I actually took last week off live streaming. That was the first Thursday since I started doing these live streams that I didn't go live. But I just wanted to come on here. I don't have that much time today because I have a class that I'm taking for YouTube at 7 o'clock. But I wanted to come on here to do an EFT tapping session to address the blocks that come with lifestyle change. So last year, I thought I was going to get married and be a wife and all that stuff all over again. And then that entire situation fell apart, which led me to have an opportunity to totally transform my life into the exact life that I wanted. And in order to do those things, like start my YouTube channel and get my mindset in check, I had to learn and grow through a lot of new things. And every time I like expanded or grew, I always kind of like pulled back a little bit back into my comfort zone. But like through doing that over and over again, like expanding, learning, getting out of my comfort zone, and then retreating back into my comfort zone, but not so far back in that I lost that outer expansion that I had started. So through the process of doing that over and over again, leaving my comfort zone, feeling so scared and so uncomfortable, and then going back in and coming back out. That's kind of like been the process of my entire year. And every time you go out of your comfort zone, you learn something, and then you retreat back in to feeling more comfortable and doing things that provide you safety, or like going bad to a like your ex or a bad relationship, or like whenever you backslide, then you think like I lost all of my progress and all of my hard work was for nothing. But after you go through the process back and forth a bunch of times, you realize that that's actually kind of part of it, like an ebb and flow of wins and losses, but always in the direction of wins. So I find that when you go through an unexpected life change, like a huge breakup like I did, you really have to focus on being strong coming out of your comfort zone, because when you're single, you don't have anybody. Like after you start a new job and you meet all these new people and you learn all these new scary things and you come home, you don't have anybody to like comfort you or make you feel better, or anybody to like feel comfortable with. Hey, Mike, thanks for being in my live stream. He says ebb and flow. Love that. Yeah, it's basically like an ebb and flow of personal growth. And I feel like when you're out of your comfort zone and learning new things and growing, it can feel really scary, especially when you're single and trying to like kind of start your life over in a new way, because you don't have the comfort of someone being like, it's going to be all right, babe, you got this. It's just you and yourself. And you really have to keep up the strength to keep walking further and further out and not like running and retreating back to yourself. And that's one of the biggest things I've been struggling with. I've been trying to make my dream life, and trying to start like a whole life over basically at 40 years old. So today I thought we would do an EFT tapping, a little bit different than the normal format we usually use. I'm gonna go really off the cuff, and I'm gonna make it just like one that I would make for myself. Off topic, but your hair is really pretty. Thank you for telling me that. That's actually part of my whole new life glow up. I'm on a hair growth journey, and I actually spend like a lot of time on the health of my hair. You can see all my new ones here. So thank you for noticing. I'm actually really proud of this. And this has taken a lot of time and self-love. When I was in a very self-destructive place in my life a year ago, I can't believe the way my hair looks. I had no time to take care of myself. And now I dedicate a lot of time to taking care of myself. And I like that it shows. So thank you for your compliments. I even have my fake freckles on for this live stream. So that's a costume you didn't know you needed on this Thursday night. So yeah, we're going to get into it. I don't know if you guys know what EFT tapping is, but it's an energy technique, an energy healing, energy clearing, energy maintenance technique. You actually stimulate acupressure points on the outside of your body that correspond with the Chinese meridians in acupuncture and Eastern medicine. It's like a 5,000-year-old energy system. That's when they discovered it. I'm assuming it's as old as everything. But anyway, your energy system flows through you, and by stimulating certain acupressure points, you can actually clear certain areas where emotions and experiences and trauma and tension and stagnant energy tend to get stuck. So you're basically using the same premise as acupuncture, EFT. It's called the emotional freedom technique, and you're basically using acupressure stimulation to clear the residual energy stagnation in the areas of your energetic system that hold the negative things that we take in through our senses in our human life. So by clearing these energy blockages and these areas, it's basically a form of like self hypnosis with self acupuncture. So you're using a series of affirmations and thoughts to focus that energy into those areas where they can then be cleared out. So yeah, on Thursday nights we do some EFT tapping. We stimulate our acupressure points using affirmations to clear out any residual energy blockages that could stop us from the free flowing state of well being energy that's always trying to run through us at any given time and at all times. So it's when you think of like, I try to explain it as like a fishing bobber being held underwater. To get a fishing bobber to come up, you don't have to pull it up. You just have to stop pushing it down. So when you have stagnation and blockages in certain energy points, like in the meridians, it can stop the free flowing, natural good energy. So you're not really putting anything inside of you that isn't there as much as you're clearing out areas where it's kind of getting stuck. Or I explain it as like, if you imagine your energy meridians as roads and you imagine traffic. If you have traffic all backed up in a certain area, you're not going to be able to get through it by driving through it faster. You're going to have to wait till that traffic gets clear to go through. So, it's a matter of working smarter, not harder in your life. If you're experiencing discomfort or having, blocks in your life, you can clear out certain parts of your energy system to allow that free flowing, good energy that wants to flow through you naturally anyway. So it's always flowing, but when you're all blocked up, sometimes you don't have the alignment or the peace or the health or the peace of mind that you would ideally like to enjoy. So that's why I do EFT tapping. It helped me a lot. I was going through a really hard time in my life, and I had a great therapist who taught me this technique, and it really has gotten me through a lot of hard times in life. It's a free, portable, accessible way that anybody can take care of their frequency and their energy system all by themselves once you learn the technique, because it's you can infinitely tailor it to anything that you have going on in specific. So today we are going to tap on the discomfort of being outside of our comfort zone. And we are going to tap in some affirmations that we are safe outside of our comfort zone, that this is where we need to be to get to where we want to go. And we're going to take some time to be grateful and reflect on how far we've come from the places that we've been, and take a moment to be grateful for all the great things that we have in our life that came from going above and beyond what we were comfortable doing and having the faith in ourselves to try something new that we can, you know, you know, trying for something new kind of implies that you believe and have faith in yourself that you'll be able to achieve it. If you didn't think you'd be able to do it, you'd never try. So proud of us for trying things outside of our comfort zone. Proud of us for leveling up and taking the risk and going out on the limb to get the things in life that we desire, even though it can be extremely uncomfortable at times. One of the most personal growth times recently, like when I was really pushing through a lot of resistance and blocks to get this YouTube channel going, I never felt so lonely and so miserable in my entire life. I did a tapping on Thursday. It was the fear of being alone forever. That wasn't even something I was actively afraid of. It's just I was out of my comfort zone. I was so far away from the territory of the things I was familiar with doing. And all of a sudden it manifested in like this intense focus and emotions on finding a partner and being afraid that I was going to be alone for my whole life. And like everything good in life had passed me by, and like the mistakes I made and the people that I was with, like I made all these terrible mistakes and I just started like spiraling. And that's when I kind of put two and two together, like, wait, I'm like making this up to give myself a reason to be scared, to like venture further out. I was like creating fears about things I wasn't even actively scared about because I needed to contract myself, basically. I don't know if that makes sense. You'd have to watch the other EFT tapping. I might explain it better there. But sometimes when you're out of your comfort zone, you can kind of self-sabotage yourself to keep your life the way that you're used to, even if a new way of your life is better. So we're going to get started and we're going to tap in. Hey, Mike, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I do this every Thursday. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm building my YouTube channel for people who are starting their lives over, and I'm teaching people the ways that I'm trying to get, my life to be the way that I want it to be. And so week by week, I've just been doing EFT tapping, and I just kind of do it based on whatever I'm going through that week. So this is what I'm dealing with. I'm very far out of my comfort zone. I'm learning a lot of new things for YouTube, and I refuse to post a video. I refuse to edit. I refuse to film. I am like building these little walls like, no, 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 I won't do YouTube. I can't, but I definitely can, and I need to. And I'm about to like level up to a different part of my life where I'm finally, thank you for subscribing, where I'm finally taking everything I've learned and everything I've been trying to do and everything I've been planning to do. Like there's no more time to plan. There's nothing else to learn. Done learned it. This is the time. Have what I need. So now I'm really like, I'm like thinking about getting a job. Like, this YouTube thing's not for me. Like right before you try to do something that you really want to do, it's like the easiest time to be like, forget it. No, I'm good. I don't actually need to do anything like that, but I really do. And so I'm forcing myself to show up and do what I know I need to do. And if I'm going to fail at it, I'm going to fail after I tried and failed. I'm not going to fail at what I'm trying to do before I even tried, so that I never actually have to confront that I tried to do something and I failed. So we're going to get out of our comfort zone. We're going to stay there. We're going to retreat back to our comfort zone for little tiny things like maybe some TV or ice cream, which I have out upstairs, and I forgot about the ice cream. I have to be on a class in 5 minutes. It's okay. I'll just go a little bit late. So here we go. We're going to tap. So it's like this. It just goes like this. You're just going to follow where I do it. You want your feet to be uncrossed because we're working on an energy system that runs through your body in a certain way. So put your feet flat on the floor. We're going to do some EFT tapping. So you're going to follow after me. You can just repeat what I say. If you feel stupid repeating it, just say it in your head, but you should actually say it because it's really helpful. This is the karate chop point where we're going to tap in our intention. Okay? Even though staying in my comfort zone has held me back in life, I still deeply love and accept myself. Even though staying in my comfort zone has held me back from things I want in life, I still deeply and completely accept myself. So we'll start on the inside of the eyebrows like this. Take a big deep breath. Doing things that are familiar, even if they are painful. Doing things that are familiar, even though they're painful. Choosing to remain with unhealthy habits. Choosing to remain with these unhealthy habits. Scared to learn something new. Scared to learn something new. Scared to try something new. Under the nose right here. Scared to try something new. One hand tapping is good too. I tap with one hand usually. Depends actually. When I'm on live, I always tap with one hand so I can talk. Under here. Familiar habits that feel comfortable. Familiar habits that feel comfortable. Even though they're not good for me. Even though they're not good for me. It's a collarbone. Repeating unhealthy cycles. I want the mic to pick it up. Repeating unhealthy cycles. Repeating unhealthy cycles. Under the arm, you'll have a sore point in your rib cage. You want to find the tender spot and you tap that. Repeating negative cycles because they feel familiar. It's really sore. Repeating negative cycles just because they feel familiar. Feeling stuck in my comfort zone. Feeling stuck in my comfort zone. My comfort zone is familiar. My comfort zone is familiar. I know everything inside my comfort zone. I know everything inside my comfort zone. In my comfort zone, I can stay exactly the same. In my comfort zone, I can stay exactly the same. In my comfort zone, I don't have to grow or change. In my comfort zone, I don't have to grow or change. And that means that I'll never find out that I'm a failure. And that means that I'll never find out that I'm a failure. But I also won't be able to find any success. But I also won't be able to find any success. I choose now to leave my comfort zone. I choose now to leave my comfort zone. I decide now that I have what it takes to adapt to new and unfamiliar things. I trust that I have what it takes to adapt to new and unfamiliar things. I know that even though it feels scary, that's just a trick my mind's playing on me to keep me safe. Even though it feels scary, I know that's just a trick my mind plays on me to keep me safe. Take a big deep breath through your nose. We're going to do the last round to tap in our positive affirmation about it. I know I can do difficult things. I know I can do difficult things. I look at all the past things I've done and see how far I've come. I look at all the past things I've done and see how far I've come. I remind myself that at one point I was scared to do a lot of things I'm used to doing now. I have to remind myself that at one point I was scared to do a lot of things that I'm used to doing now. I've overcome my fears of learning overwhelming and complicated things. I've overcome my fears of learning overwhelming and complicated things. I trust in my consistency to show up. I trust in my consistency to show up. And learn everything new I need to learn. And learn everything new I need to learn. I trust myself to be my own cheerleader. I trust myself to be my own cheerleader and remind myself it's normal to feel scared when doing new things. I'll remind myself it's normal to feel scared when learning to do new things. Now we're going to tap in one final affirmation on the karate chop point of our hand. As I learn new things, I venture into unfamiliar territory, which can feel scary. I venture into unfamiliar territory, which can feel scary. I remind myself that I am safe to expand and learn and grow. I remind myself that I am safe to expand, learn, and grow. Now we're going to take 3 big deep breaths inside of our nose and out of our mouth. Big into your belly, where it pops your back. Outside of your mouth. Big deep breath into your belly and your back. I can pop my back from breathing in deep sometimes. Out of your mouth. I really can crack my back from breathing in deep. Really big deep into your belly. You should feel your body buzzing with great vibes. You should be feeling brave and strong and centered and calm. And I just feel really feel good. For me, I get a vibration buzz after I tap a little bit, And we finish just in time. I'm 5 minutes late for my class, but priorities. I force myself to show up. I'm out of my comfort zone. I don't know what I'm doing with YouTube. I'm trying to figure it out. I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks, but I'm going to get back on it. And I did show up to go live, and I'm proud of myself for that. And I'm so proud of myself for all the things I did this year outside of my comfort zone that life and unexpected turns of events forced me to do. It's pretty awesome. And I'm proud of myself, and I'm grateful for you guys for coming to the live stream. I hope that this was helpful. If you are new to EFT tapping, make sure you subscribe to the channel and come live on Thursdays and see what we're tapping about. And the replay will always be available. I have to put timestamps on the last couple of ones that I did to mark where we start tapping so that you don't have to watch the whole thing if you're just trying to get to the tapping to get out of your comfort zone and grow and expand and just grow a life that you love, and expand into your highest potential as a person. That's the mission I'm on right now. Yeah, it's normal to shed a tear. Yeah, you're clearing things. So sometimes you can cry. I've cried before. I've cried in hypnosis. I've cried in EFT tapping. But I hope that that resonated with anything you would feel. Sometimes people are like, "Oh my God, you're reading my mind." It's like, I think everyone actually just feels the same way. Just a lot of people don't talk about the bad ways that they feel because they feel ashamed, like they should feel better. And I feel that way a lot of the times too, but I force myself to just remember, because that was my New Year's resolution, to be graceful with myself. So I just remind myself, you're fine, you're normal, just take it easy. Don't get too worked up. Everything's going to be okay. But I have to go on to my call now so I can learn to be a real YouTuber. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. I'm so glad that you were in my stream. And you're welcome. Yeah, this is something that I've done that's really helped me. And I just want to spread it to as many people because it's free. And you can do it anywhere you want. And you can adjust it to any problem that you're having to feel better about everything. And, there's no side effects. You can just use it and use it. So I am so glad that you were here with me today. Thank you for joining my stream, because if not, I would have been talking to myself the whole time, which I'm fine and happy to do. Don't get me wrong, but way better with someone in here. Thanks for the sub. I'll see you next Thursday. If not, I always keep the replay up so you can always catch my tapping and watch them in the playlist. Hit my EFT Live playlist and you go through them all. See if there's one that will help you. So thanks for tapping with me for my tappy hour. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Once I can finish with the button. You too. Good night.